My boyfriend told everyone I starved him, so I showed him what starving really looks like. I came home from a week-long work trip, dropped my suitcase, and the first thing I hear is my boyfriend yelling from the kitchen, "You left me to starve!" Starve? I look at him. He's standing there, holding an unopened can of soup like it's a bomb he doesn't know how to defuse. And I say, "What are you talking about? I literally taught you how to cook before I left." He slams the can down and goes, "You know I can't do that stuff. The stove is too complicated. The oven is too complicated. The toaster is too complicated." The toaster. I honestly thought he was joking until he doubled down. "So you're telling me," I say, "that you ate nothing for a week?" He goes, "I had sandwiches and fast food. But that's not real food." And then, like a child tattling to his mom, he storms into the living room and starts yelling loud enough for the neighbors to hear. "She didn't buy me my frozen meals. She left me with ingredients like I know what to do with that." My jaw literally dropped. Let me rewind for a second. Before I left, I sat him down like a preschooler and showed him everything. How to turn on the oven, how to turn on the stove, how to scramble eggs, how to boil water, how to make pasta, how to saute onions, how to make a sandwich, how to toast bread. I didn't even ask him for a full meal, just basic survival. And he nodded the whole time like, "Yup, got it, easy." Now he's screaming like I abandoned him in the woods with a stick and a rock. I'm still standing by the doorway when he suddenly shouts, "I cut my finger. I couldn't cook after that." I look at the cut, a tiny paper cut-sized slice on his pointer finger. You would have thought he lost a limb, but the part that sent me straight into orbit was when he said this next line loudly in the middle of the apartment hallway. "She knows I can't cook, and she still left me. She basically starved me." And who just so happens to be walking up the stairs? Our upstairs neighbor, sweet old Mrs. Donner, carrying grocery bags. She stops, looks at him, then looks at me. And my boyfriend, this grown adult man, points at me and says, "She didn't buy my frozen meals." Mrs. Donner squints and goes, "Frozen meals? You couldn't fry an egg, toast bread, boil noodles?" He opens his mouth, but nothing comes out. She keeps staring at him like he's a new species. And then she says this beautiful sentence that will forever live rent-free in my soul. "Honey, children in my cooking class at the community center can do more than you." He goes red, bright red, tomato red. He starts sweating and goes, "She knows I wasn't taught this. She knows women did the cooking in my house." Mrs. Donner raises a brow. "Oh, so you didn't learn because you thought it was a woman's job?" He freezes, and I swear you could hear his brain glitching. She lets out this tiny laugh, shakes her head, and walks upstairs while muttering, "Lord, protect this one. He won't survive the apocalypse." He slams the door behind her, turns to me, and hisses, "You embarrassed me!" I laugh. I genuinely can't help it. "You embarrassed yourself," I say. "All you had to do was follow simple instructions." He storms into the kitchen, throws open the fridge, and points at the ingredients like they personally offended him. What was I even supposed to do with this stuff? I step forward, open the fridge wider, and say, "You were supposed to be an adult." He yells again, "You know I don't like leftovers." Oh, so he couldn't eat leftovers, couldn't cook, couldn't toast bread, couldn't boil water, but could somehow drive himself to fast food every single day. The math wasn't mathing. Then he swings open the cabinet and grabs the blender. "The blender is too complicated," he says. The blender. This man was defeated by the blender. And finally, the moment that broke me, the moment my voice went dead cold, he pointed right at me and said, "You should have cooked for me before you left." That's what a good girlfriend does. Everything in the room went silent, and I said very quietly, "Say that again." He swallowed. "A good girlfriend?" I stepped closer, slow, steady. "And a good boyfriend," I said, "doesn't throw a tantrum because he had to make a sandwich." He tries to fire back. "You don't understand," but I cut him off. "No, you don't understand. You told your neighbor I starved you because you couldn't be bothered to use a toaster." He stared at me, breathing fast. So I reached into the fridge, pulled out the loaf of bread, and slapped it onto the counter. With one hand, I pushed the toaster toward him. "Figure it out," I said, and I walked out of the kitchen. Behind me, I heard him mumble, "How do you turn it on?" That was the last thing he said before everything went silent.